Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Fate, Strange Fake, episode 4. Yup. So, last time, we had Hansa versus Jester. And thank you to Type ORT for commenting and explaining to me what the burial agency is. The character Ciel from Tsukuhime is from that agency, and what it means is that if you're part of it, then you are in, the strongest group of executors from the church. So yeah, now I understand more why Hansa reacted the way he did. Though it is still important to note how big, his anger was in regards to being compared to them. And I'm just curious, right? Like, this means that he's very, very passionate and carrying out the orders or the ideals of the church. And to do that, you gotta be very strong. But yeah, this is very much, being very, it's quite the religious obsession over it. And I speculated last time that since his whole clan was wiped out by dead apostles, he probably and most likely was taken in from a young age and raised by the church. And that's why he's very a lot, if not his whole identity, is based around what he can provide to the church. And he sees himself as not quite fit enough to be well, how did Gilgamesh put it? Yeah, he has yet to completely become a tool for his god. So yeah, I do want some more insight into Hansa's mindset, because I think he was quite stubborn in the way that he was finding loopholes to fight Jester. Like, at first he tells Orlando, like, oh, right now I'm being more of a priest than I'm being an overseer. But then when Jester accuses him of not being a proper overseer, he's like, oh, I'm fulfilling the role of an overseer now. I'm not here as an executor. But, like, he clearly is, even though he gives the justification of, like, well, if a abomination to humanity such as a dead apostle were to take the Holy Grail into his hands, then all would be doomed. But, like, as we know, a human can be just as cruel and morally corrupt as a dead apostle. Just ask Ryunosuke and Kire. So And he was himself an executor, so whether it's out of pure faith from him, possibly being groomed to be very loyal and just very uh, powerful executor of the church, or if he's lying and he does have some sort of uh, underlying grudge towards dead apostles. Well, he definitely went out of his way to be more of an executor than an overseer, in my opinion. But right now I think I'm inclined to be more of like, it's more of like his conditioning and his, uh, the church grooming him to be who he is. So, yeah, we'll see. I also didn't say anything about the scene with Orlando and the guy who lost his hand. Uh, Johnny something. John something. Wingard. But yeah, I liked the way that Orlando seems to actually care for the members of Clan Calatin while still being firm and, practical, with the way that he's basically saying, I won't let you keep fighting the way that you are right now. I appreciate your fervent dedication to the cause, but it won't mean anything if you get in the way by being, a liability. But he does give him a chance if he can be or get proficient at fighting with a prosthetic hand, or handle a weapon with one arm. And we see right in the next scene, I think. Well, not the next scene, but we see later that... Oh, yeah, no, it is. Castor did get something from Shishigo. So he can keep fighting. It's a sort of weapon, but I don't know exactly what it is. Possibly another noble phantasm that a human can use. We get more waver and flat. I love it. Kind of crazy that it seemed like, not necessarily just by sight, but just, I guess Gilgamesh's, just the amount of mana he has. Flat was able to tell that he's a servant. And Waver saw it. And thank you for the person who let me know that no. It's not, heroic spirits can't actually retain memories from previous times that they've been summoned to fight in a war. The only one who can do that is Artoria. So, yeah, then this Gilgamesh wouldn't be able to remember the being in like the 4th and 5th war from Fate Zero and then Fate Stay Night. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, I really like the the same we had here with him and Tina. And, it could be a coincidence, but I'm just saying it's worth noting that the story is taking place in the United States. So I feel like the mages taking away Tina's land and being called usurpers, I feel that could be, an allegory to the US government and the military taking land from other countries or stealing away their resources and framing it as we're helping them or they were, terrorists of some sort to be and show themselves or try to elevate themselves as the good guys. I don't know. I wonder how deep we're gonna go into that. But yeah, I'm really excited for Tina's development and how she'll become her own person who's not afraid of saying what she actually thinks instead of just being a mouthpiece for her people. But yeah, more servants are being summoned, and the ones that were already summoned were like catalysts for the new ones. It's a little hard to understand. But yeah, Foldeos apparently summoned one, and then there's like an archer who shot at where Gil and Tine were. So, like, right away I was like, oh, Gilgamesh is there. But someone in the comments told me, like, okay, let's not right away just dismiss whoever it is that arrived. But, like, you can't blame me for thinking that, Gilgamesh is untouchable there. Like, sure, obviously, we've seen him get defeated multiple times by Artoria, by Shiro, by Sakura. So it can happen. It's just, I don't think he would get defeated this early into the series. So I think we're good, but yeah, maybe they'll actually make him try a little bit. Okay. Also, one of the quartet executors told Ayaka and Saber to go to the central church for a meeting with the other masters. But I doubt she's going to show up. So, yeah. Okay. Now let's get into the next episode. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. I see. Oh, shit. I get it now. Yeah, I figure. Whoa. That's insane. The atmosphere there was. I wonder if it's an assassin. Well, now that we know why the mages here usurped the land, yeah, screw them. Man, I want. I am so much on Tina's side. They're so. I'm still thinking about like why they took this land and messed with the ley line here. Yeah, right. So she can hop bodies? Whoa. What? Uh, wait. Oh, it passed through here? Ooh, of course. Mm. Right, that's Gilgamesh's. I forgot the name of this thing. Mm. Especially if the other archer has such a good eye. Half. Avenger! What? Yo, provoking Gilgamesh? Okay, I'm sorry. I did not know this heroic spirit was a half god. Have I heard this voice before? Hmm. Mm. Even Enkidu recognized. What? Another. Oh, bro, what is happening? Uh, I don't think Gilgamesh is gonna take kindly to being given a, an order. Oh yeah. I thought she was gonna go along with it. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna be one of the Knights of the Round Table. No, that's the outfit he has in the opening. They both ignored her. Oh, she has a bow and arrow as well. Okay, he's also attacking her. But yeah, she's in the opening and the ending, so she's gotta be important. Okay, they know each other. Yeah. Ooh, that was clean. Yo, the animation there for the horse. Ooh. Mm. Oh, I see. Uh, yo, I did suspect it and I didn't want to say. Um, how? How? That's your servant? Wait, which one? Mm, I'm guessing the Queen of Betrayal? Two, huh? You're not counting yourself? Mm? Whoa. What? What? Oh. So it's not a teleportation. Oh, okay. Right, we all heard it. Okay. Al, al, Alquides? Hippolyte. Oh, right. Oh, whose servant is this? Fair enough. Mm. Huh. Interesting. uh, so different than the King of Knights. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. Mm, yeah, she's not really. She's not there yet. Huh? I can't know how it's more famous. Well, I already knew his name because it was spoiled, but I'm not very well versed on historical figures, so okay. I just I was googling the name King Richard from England. Let me what's the name of the guy that killed him? Pierre Basil. So King Richard the First was fatally wounded by a crossbow bolt fired by Pierre Basil or John Saber on March 25th, 1199, during the siege of the minor French castle of Calus Cavrel. The wound in his left shoulder neck became gangrenous, leading to his death on April 6, 1199. Despite the mortal blow, Richard pardoned Basil, a young soldier defending the castle with a frying pan as a shield. But the soldier was later brutally executed by the king's mercenary captain. Pierre Basil, sometimes identified as a boy, a limousine soldier, or a youth, was among the few defenders of the poorly defended castle. Well, looking from the glimpse we get of Pierre, looks like an adult here. Yeah, I was just like, I need I need to know a little bit of the historical background here. And no wonder he seems very casual about it, since it seems like the real one didn't harbor any ill will and in fact pardoned him. But here, have a reason. I don't think it'll be the reason I seek the Grail. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have regrets remaining from when I was alive. And that's something I'd wish upon a Grail over. The Holy Grail is what King Arthur once sought. So, in our world, King Arthur is more of a myth, really. I don't think there's any proof that he was actually alive. But in the Fate series, we know that King Arthur was real and was the King of England, and the Round Table of the Knights was real. So, I I'm so King Richard must have been king after King Arthur. But the way he said I like to win it and donate it to his grave. Yeah, so this whole time I just thought, oh, it must be, you know, one of the knights that served under Artoria. But no. It, it's a king from after Artoria died. That's what it seems like to me. Now, for, how long after, I would not know. Because, like I said, uh, King Arthur didn't really exist here, so it's not like I can ask Google. But, I'm not gonna go out of my way to look stuff up for the actual character and get myself spoiled. So now historical figures are a different matter, though. That's just a little bit more of a flavor to add to this fictional rendition of this guy. So good to know who he is. But it's interesting that he doesn't have anything to ask to the Grail. I'm thinking, like, what? I feel like they would definitely seen, like, another servant before who didn't really have anything to ask for. I guess technically Ryder, the one from Fate Stay Night, didn't either. She just wanted to protect Sakura. I don't remember if Kukulane had a wish for the Grail either. Yeah, I'd have to, like, think it. And Will Gilgamesh just of the mind that, like, yeah, I'll get the Grail, but it's always been mine anyway, so I'm just taking something that's rightfully my possession. But okay, so I'm also gonna have to, like, well, I don't have to, but I kinda want to. Because at one point, shit, what was her name? It has a, he something. Hippolyte? She called the other servant, or almost did, Heracles. But then he denied it. So it's more so, I think, that this version of him just does not recognize that as his name because of personal feelings. So yeah. So instead he called himself Alcides. Hmm. Yeah, there was quite a bit of a because like Gilgamesh noticed that he was a half god, or maybe it was someone else. Hmm. Oh no, it was Francesca who said this when she's given the hint to Orlando. The Holy Grail doesn't summon the gods themselves, but he's an exception as he's only half god. But he doesn't count himself when calling Gilgamesh and he Hippolyte demigods. Oh yeah, he rejects that part of himself. Hmm. His very nature was changed drastically when he was summoned. He's now seeker of vengeance. You could, yeah. Why don't we call that an Avenger? I don't think we should, just because the, you know, hearing Avenger makes me think of Angra Manu and how that came to be in like the Third War, I think. You know, they invented the Avenger class. And then everything went to shit. So, I'd rather not. But yeah, he has a uh, vengeance quest against all gods, and if they're not fully gods. Hmm. I wonder if he has the same voice that they gave Berserker in Heaven's Fields. That's why I was like, is this voice familiar to me? But I couldn't tell because we only see him speak once. Hmm. Then we have Hippolyta coming in, and she gets called Queen of Betrayal. I don't know why. Why do you not harbor my father's power, the power of the war belt? Oh, Eris. Now that we know who her father is. Upon your body. So she doesn't seem to resent who her father is. But I could be wrong. The power of God is not something to harbor in one's body, something to force into submission, trample upon and control with human might. I think that makes sense with what we know about him. He hates with a passion everything to do with gods. But I need to familiarize myself more with his mythological context. Yeah, I liked how usually I'm like, oh my god, Gilgamesh and his arrogance. But this time, like, no. Humble them both a little bit. I also like that little moment when Tine is feeling like shame or a bit of like, like she's being underestimated basically. And they don't even perceive me as an opponent. They're just seeing her as a mere civilian that had no choice but to be in the battlefield. And I think uh, that's relevant to Tina's character arc, because she's all about like, what are you? You know, are you just a puppet, or are you your own person? And I think, in a way, uh, Alcides is taking Tina more seriously than Hippolyte, because she's only seeing Tina as this child who cannot make her own decisions. And it's like, there is a little bit of truth to it, as this is definitely how it started. She became a master because of, people choosing her as the leader of her people, to represent her in the war, to represent them. But little by little, she's saying that there is worth and value in herself, and that she should be able to be her own person. Whereas Hippolyte wasn't seeing her as such. So yeah, I am still not sure. So Francesca is a master, but like she just said like, I sent my servant to deal with it. And there were like 3 that we don't know who their master is. At first I thought it was Hippolyte, but maybe it's actually the servant who was using the illusions. It's probably that one. Oh yeah, what was up with Francesca having a mouth in her abdomen? But apparently she can just hop bodies. So did she create this one, or still someone's body? But yeah, I like the Orlando's reaction when the arrow flew close to his office. Like that was my reaction. Well, Francesca is just enjoying it all, being the Joker of this war. And by that I mean, the role. Even though she's taking part of it as a master now. So she's a mage. Okay. Alright. So I think this is gonna be it for today. There was more information to process than I first thought. At first I was gonna be like, oh, just an episode with a fun fight. But the more we get to it, I'm like, wait. there's a lot to absorb with the new characters and then Richard by the end. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.